me, it's about getting my book out, getting my branding out. I refurbish those. I take them when they come to me, they go on my LinkedIn, they go on my YouTube, they go on my website, they go on my Instagram, they go on my Facebook. So, and they go on theirs, and we promote each other's. So it's never like, the thing about doing these podcasts with people is nobody's trying to mess you up. Like, they're not asking you questions that you won't be able to answer. It's really a conversation. Like, I give them a media kit with all these questions, but I tell them right off the bat, you don't have to ask me one thing that's on that list. I just want to have a conversation with you. You can ask me anything. This is my work. So you're not, I know it. Ask me anything. And then we end up just having a great conversation. And they're always so happy at the end. So I highly recommend that. Just be yourself. And it's important too to be careful. Like, don't say, oh, my book is coming out next week, or my course is starting in a week, because you don't really know when it is that they're going to post it. So keep dates out, talk more general about what your offers are, and have some nice freebies. And that was another really good thing that you guys did that I've never done before, was that you had a homepage so that I could track where, how many people went to that particular homepage. I have to say that I forgot about doing that some of the times because I knew they were getting all the freebies. And so really, I was the only loser there. I was the only one that couldn't track it directly to each podcast, but you get what you're getting, what you get. So, but yeah, that was an added benefit of working with you guys that I never had before.
Podcasting is definitely not for everybody. I feel like it does take a certain type of business. Like, I feel like the expectation of being on a podcast and then immediately like having revenue come in the next day, like that is kind of wishful thinking, and also like timeline. So if you're in a place in the business where you have that stretch to know that this is a long-term play, then I think that's the most important part or piece of this whole equation, is realizing that this is a very long game. It can happen faster too, and that's exciting, but like, I feel like this is something that takes time, and you have to really just be willing to put in the work as well, right? You guys do 90% of the lifting, but that 10% of lifting that comes on us is like really, really important too, to making sure that we have the right expectation, the right thought process going into it. So I would recommend it, but with the caveat that just be ready to, put in some of the work that comes after to make sure that you utilize every part or piece of the relationship. Because it's not a turn on the switch and then, watch everything change immediately. It takes some time. You turn on a Facebook ad, you turn on a Google ad, like it's gonna take some time to really figure out what's working, what's not working. The same way that like your first podcast interview is not gonna be your best interview. Like, you're going to need to work on the story. You're gonna need to work on, how do I craft that? Like, oh, what is something that I could give of value or something for free, or how do I direct them and actually advertise throughout it? Because you can do a lot of interviews and actually never get anywhere if you don't have a clear call to action of what you want to, offer their audience, or a place where they can go. Then you're just literally blabbing online everywhere.